do more things?
Well, somebody asked me that after the game. I think Barrett Hall's that type of guy, too. We had him open 3 times earlier this year in the flat. We overthrew him all 3 times, where he could have had an opportunity. We just didn't hit him. It just, presented itself where they were going to kind of take away some guys, and the tight ends and the fullbacks had more opportunities this week.
I saw him pop out there right before we left. It's kind of touch and go with Barrett the rest of the week.
I think he's just questionable right now. He got some reps yesterday in kind of a controlled tempo, and we'll see how he is tomorrow and Thursday. Fullback, I really don't have to see him go out there and bang heads. He's a guy that's proven he can do it. It's just going to be getting some reps and some assignments Thursday and Friday, and if he feels like he can go, he'll be able to help us.
How's Gurley holding up? He's one of those guys, he seems like he's probably actually hurt, but he just doesn't ever come out.
He's a tough kid. Obviously you can look at it and tell how physically well built he is, but like any back, playing in this league, he's got his bumps and bruises, but his toughness is something that we've leaned on, and hopefully can keep it going for a few more weeks.
He's going to be good to go here.
Yeah. Oh, he's good to go. He's just got the nagging injuries, like everybody has. We ain't the only team in America that's got nagging injuries. Everybody out there has got something, but it's time everybody's got to suck it up and get prepared this week and get take care of your bodies on the downtime and get your treatment and be ready to go on Saturday.
And you got a tailback who, like you said, tough sell. That kind of rub off on other guys too.
I think he is. He kind of helps our identity on offense when he's running hard and physical. It helps the physical identity of us all offensively.
How much physically are y'all playing, you think, now as opposed to early in the season?
I think we've been playing physical all year. They were tight. I mentioned in the Florida game, I thought we played well up front physically. We ran the ball hard. Just penalties and turnovers killed us there and kind of took away from how physical we were playing in that game. You got to be physical in this league, and you got to be able to run the ball or attempt to run the ball to keep people honest, and that's what we'll continue to do.
How do you feel like Beard's progression in spring?
It's night and day. He was like a freshman in the spring, just trying to figure out where to line up and didn't really know any of the calls or anything. And and now he was able to come out and compete this fall. And he's beside some smart guys that do a good job communicating with him. I think he's got a lot of tools, and it's going to keep getting better. And I think this time next year, it's going to be night and day from where it is right now. It's night and day from where it was in the spring.
Mikey, obviously Florida and Georgia Tech are huge rivals that can develop kind of a little bit of a hatred almost. But like with Auburn, for years there was, Dooley Dye, there was crossover, Rodney, Hunall. Did the game 2 years ago, because it was so chippy, there seems to be a little more animosity in this rivalry than there may have been.
I think it's a rival. It's a big game. Everybody looks forward to Georgia-Auburn. Playing that game, there's a lot of familiarity always between coaching staffs, players that you recruited. It's just one of those games that you like to play in. I think I've mentioned this one. I think the stadiums are similar. They're both they feel the same to me. Auburn Stadium and our stadium, and I think both teams feel at home when they go to their place. And it's just one of those fun games you like to play in. I ain't even thought about 2 years ago until you mentioned it, to be honest.
Have you thought about how many years ago it was this? I was thinking this might be one of your favorite games. That you remember the game you played over there?
I did.
4 overtimes.
Yeah, it was a fun game. It was a rough season, and that was one of the bright spots in that season to play in that game. I've always. A lot of my dad's players went and played at Auburn when he coached at West Rome, and grew up really rooting for Auburn growing up because Coach Callaway was coaching at Auburn at the time, recruited my dad's school all the time, and kind of just, hey, he took care of the coach's son, and came by and just kind of, liked those guys. So it was one of those things that you always liked Auburn and Georgia, never really, rooted against each other, and then playing in the game, it's just, kind of like everybody says, it's not really a bitter rival, but it's a rivalry where we know what's at stake every time these two teams played late in the season.
What about 10 years ago? What's your memory of clinching that?